What if an entire desert was designed as a message you could only read from the sky? In the next minutes you'll see how drones are unveiling a hidden army of ancient drawings, and witness the moment researchers spotted a 370-meter hummingbird that no one could have imagined from the ground. A barren stretch of earth in southern Peru hides a secret so massive that only a bird-sized view can reveal it. The Nazca Lines, a web of shallow trenches, stretch over 1,300 kilometers, forming shapes that stretch up to 370 meters, figures that vanish when you stand among them. Today we chase the question, why would an ancient people carve messages that can only be read from the heavens? Our first clue arrives from the past, the Paracas phase, 400200 BC, when early peoples began scraping the desert's iron oxide skin, exposing a lighter subsoil. These shallow cuts, only 10 centimeters deep, were the first strokes on a canvas that would later span an entire plateau. But why the effort? Scholars argue that the lines were more than art, they were a massive religious tableau. The Nazca people, whose civilization peaked between 200 BC and 500 AD, revered water, the sun, and the stars, and may have used the desert as a giant altar. Enter the first modern eyes on the mystery. In 1927, Peruvian archaeologist Toribio Mejia Zesp trekked the foothills and glimpsed the faint outlines, noting they resembled trails. Yet he could not fathom their scale. The breakthrough came from above. In 1940, American historian Paul Kosak flew over the desert and saw a perfect hummingbird etched into the earth. The bird's wings stretched nearly 300 meters, far beyond any human eye could see from the ground. Kosak teamed up with German mathematician Maria Reich, who spent decades mapping each line with a ruler and compass, proposing that the figures mark celestial events, solstices, equinoxes, even the rising of Venus. Yet the desert kept its secrets. When Reich walked the lines, she felt a shiver, as if the earth itself whispered. Her emotional confession, "I feel the presence of the gods," became the emotional core that still haunts investigators today. Fast forward to 2009, a team of Peruvian drone pilots launched compact quadcopters over the plateau, capturing high-resolution mosaics. The footage revealed not just the known birds and monkeys, but dozens of new shapes, spirals, geometric grids, and a previously unseen 400-meter-long serpent. The discovery sparked a frenzy. Researchers realized that the desert's isolation had protected a living archive, and that each new figure could rewrite the timeline of Nazca culture. The question shifted, how many more lines lie hidden beneath the sand? But the mystery deepened. Some newly found designs align perfectly with the winter solstice horizon, while others point to the rising of the star Sirius. The pattern is inconsistent, suggesting multiple purposes, or perhaps a code we have yet to crack. Skeptics entered the arena. In 1969, Eric von Daniken claimed the lines were alien runways. To test this, paranormal investigator Joe Nickel recreated a 300-meter hummingbird using only wooden stakes and rope, completing it in 3 days, proving human hands could achieve the feat without aerospace tech. Scientific American called Nickel's experiment remarkable in its exactness, yet the debate persisted. If simple tools sufficed, why would the Nazca invest centuries into designs only visible from the sky? The answer, we suspect, lies in a belief system that transcended earthly sight. Enter the climate clue. The desert's hyperdry, windless environment preserved the lines for over 2,500 years. Morning mist would briefly moisten the exposed clay, hardening it into a protective crust, nature's own preservation method. Yet preservation is fragile. By 2012, illegal squatters began encroaching, threatening the integrity of the geoglyphs. Satellite images show new tire tracks cutting across ancient lines, a modern scar on a prehistoric canvas. The UNESCO designation in 1994 offered protection, but enforcement remains a challenge. Local communities now balance tourism income with conservation, hiring guides to patrol the plateau and educate visitors about the line's fragility. Back to the drones. In 2021, a new AI-driven algorithm stitched together over 10,000 aerial photos, revealing a hidden network of interlocking geometric grids, patterns that suggest a sophisticated planning system far beyond what we imagined for a pre-industrial society. These grids intersect at points that align with underground water sources, hinting that the lines may have been a map for irrigation, a lifeline in a desert where water is sacred. But the water theory collides with the astronomical one. Some lines point to the horizon where the sun rises on the winter solstice, while others face the direction of the Pleiades cluster, a key element in Nazca mythology. Could the desert be both a celestial calendar and a water map? The twist arrives when a 2023 drone expedition uncovered a series of tiny, 30-centimeter circles arranged in a perfect spiral, structures that match the dimensions of ancient Nazca pottery designs, suggesting a cultural link between ground art and desert art. Archaeologists now hypothesize that the Nazca used a multi-layered symbolic language. The large animal figures communicated with the gods, the grids guided water, and the tiny spirals recorded daily life, each layer visible only to those who knew where to look. The climax, a newly identified 370-meter hummingbird, its beak pointing directly at a sunrise horizon that aligns with the winter solstice. When the sun hits the beak, a flash of reflected light illuminates a hidden secondary line, forming a perfect arrow toward an underground spring discovered weeks later. This revelation ties together the three theories, astronomical, hydraulic, and cultural, showing the Nazca Lines as an integrated system, a sky-to-earth communication network, designed to ensure survival in a hostile landscape. What does this mean for us? It proves that ancient peoples possessed a sophisticated, interdisciplinary understanding of their environment, something modern specialists are only now beginning to piece together with drones and AI. The desert still whispers. New drones launch each season, scanning for lines that have yet to emerge from the sand. Each discovery reminds us that history is not a closed book but a living manuscript, waiting for the next eye to turn the page. The Nazca Lines teach us that the greatest mysteries may lie just beneath our feet, waiting for the right technology, and the right curiosity, to reveal them. If you want to follow the latest discoveries and untangle more ancient enigmas, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and join us on the next expedition into history's hidden code.